Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Indie Scent Exposure. Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the brand Svensk Parfym. This is episode 10, so stay tuned. So today we're going to be taking a closer look at a brand called Svensk Parfym. The name translates to Swedish perfume. This is episode 10 of Indie Scent Exposure. This is a series on both of our channels combined where we shed the spotlight on some up-and-coming brands. They don't always have to be indie brands. Sometimes they can be like lesser-known niche brands or whatnot. And it's just 3 fragrances here, so I think we're going to go through them pretty quickly. But it is an interesting concept. It is a brand that's based out of Sweden. The name itself, Svensk Parfym, translates to Swedish perfume. And the perfumer is Henrik Lestreus. I hope I'm not mispronouncing that. I don't have a Swedish tongue. And he contacted me recently. These were sent to us for review, so thank you very much, Henrik. We really appreciate that. And we have 3 fragrances. They're called Virke, Prakt, and Stilla. And they're all... it's my pronunciation.
I'm not laughing at your perfume. I'm laughing at his...
I know, it's like, I try, I exaggerate and whatnot.
It's not a typical sound that comes from your mouth.
No, it's not. So they all mean something in Swedish. Virke means timber, Prakt means magnificent, and Stilla means, let me see if I could find it here. I have my little press release paper. What does the last one mean? It's a Swedish word for still or calm. So do
we have them in that same order?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So we'll reference this from time to time. So really cool. They're all inspired by Sweden, of course. They're made in Sweden. The perfumer and the creative director is Swedish. And they're inspired by the different natures, the landscapes, the culture, the people, the cities, the villages, the histories, both present, future, and past.
Are we going to want to go to Sweden after smelling these perfumes here?
After I smell one of them. Potentially, yeah.
So let's start with this one that's closest to me, if that's all right.
Okay,
you, sir?
Of course, absolutely. So the first one is Virke. And this one is a fruity, fresh, aromatic, woody, and musky scent. So
this went on very fruity, almost borderline feminine. But I have a feeling that when it dried down, it wouldn't be as sweet and gourmandy. That's kind of all but gone away.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure on skin it'll wear. This is nice because it's got that sweet gourmandy quality, but then it has a woody kind of dry down, and completely unisex. Yeah. Contrary to what you thought, maybe it was a little feminine.
You know what? I have to agree with you. Initially, I did find it a little bit feminine, and I think...
You're going to see. Smell. It's changed,
that's,
right?
That's nice, actually, yeah. It smells a bit muskier now.
Yes.
That it's dried down.
Musky and woody. Like, is there possibly cedar in there or something?
You're probably right. It says, so this is the one that is the Swedish word for timber.
Timber.
So when I think of timber, I think of timberwood, right? So it says, this well-carved woody wonder was created with the pure intention to make your day feel like vacation. So it does kind of put me in that mindset. I definitely get the raspberry up top.
Yeah, and it's much more potent than the initial spray, for sure.
Yeah, oh my God, this one was super strong. It does remind me, I know it's going to sound bad, but it reminds me of a Victoria's Secret scent called Forever Sexy.
That's a good one.
It is a good one.
You know what? I've smelled that out in the world, and I've said, "What are you wearing? Victoria's Secret, very sexy." So yeah, that's a good thing. That's a compliment.
I really like this one, but for me personally, especially in the initial spray, I think it's a bit feminine leaning.
Oh, for sure.
Do have to mention that all of these are gender free.
Okay.
And they're all also eau de parfum, and I'm going to leave the prices right here. But that's the first one. Let's take a look at the second one. The second one is Prakt. And Henrik, if you're watching, please let me know. Am I pronouncing it correctly, incorrectly?
You probably are.
This one is the Swedish word for magnificence, and this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. What do you think of it?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
There's a certain greenness for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost piney-ish, but not...
Fresh, aromatic. But yeah, piney, it says woody, is one of the olfactive families.
This is nice.
This is, so it says, it's supposed to sort of recreate the experience of when the sun awakens or reemerges after an intense summer rain. It features accords of blackcurrant leaves and berries, gooseberries, rhubarb, apple, and apple trees.
That's what I'm smelling. Rhubarb. This has a certain tartness to it. Whenever rhubarb it comes off very tart to my nose, and that's a perfect adjective, I believe.
I think so for this one, yeah. It's so good.
That's nice.
I love...
I kind of agreed with the ad copy, because it kind of smells kind of... I get like a grassy feeling, kind of like fresh, like misty, you know, what do you call that? Morning dew?
Yeah. It says it's supposed to smell like soil and rain. I don't know.
I don't quite get that, because we've smelled some perfumes that clearly are wet soil smelling, and
one of them is on this table.
Yes, and I don't get that from here.
I don't either. So we do agree on that, but we did disagree on what I think this kind of reminds me of. Right? We talked about it off camera a little bit.
Remind me.
It reminds me of something from like the Un Jardin line by Hermes.
I disagree, because when I think of that collection, I think of airier fragrances.
Yeah.
This has a little fullness to it, more body, in my opinion, than some of the
I see exactly
except
what you
for
mean.
my beloved Sur Lanil. But then again, I haven't smelled all of them, so I really can't say. But I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Well, maybe a little bit like in the background, some of that like Hermes DNA. The blackcurrant, it's not like an enchanted forest by the Vagabond Prince. Like, it's not that strong. It's almost like an Aqua Celestia. Like that sort of like touch, like a nice little clean blackcurrant.
The rhubarb definitely cuts through. Or my nose just seems to, whenever there's rhubarb in a fragrance, like my nose detects it.
Yeah.
So
funny enough, Hermes has a rhubarb fragrance.
Right, they do? Yeah. And I like that one. I do like that one. The red.
So maybe you do agree with me.
I do, sort of.
I'm kidding.
Come on, but I can't say you're right. Come on.
All right.
Too easy.
And then the last one is called Stilla. And this means still or calm. There's one note in here that just, it pops out for me. I want to see if you agree. We didn't talk about that one off camera, though.
This one doesn't do it for me. It's something, in terms of the three, I mean.
Yeah.
This has a slightly medicinal edge to my nose.
Okay. All right. You know what the funny thing is?
What?
They were in the same order.
Okay, there you go.
Because I'm looking.
Because I know how you work. I know how you think.
Yeah.
I know your, what do you call that? M-O-D? Oh.
Modus operandi?
No.
M-O?
Motive.
ODD? OCD?
No.
OCD.
Method of operation?
Oh, MOD.
then. MOD.
So, it says unique musk base. It has eucalyptus in there.
That's my medicinal. There you go. There you go. I knew something.
The note that I get the strongest out of this one is lavender. There's this white lavender note in there.
There's number two, cements white.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest lavender fan. It has to be...
Yeah. You know...
It's pronounced there. That's what it is. So the eucalyptus along with the lavender gives me a medicinal vibe.
I could see that. I could definitely see that. I'm not going to disagree with you. For me, I don't mind lavender scents, but there's... My wife's in the background. I don't mind lavender...
Hey, Jen. Jen.
Do you see me? So, you know one of my favorite lavender scents is Eau Noir.
Yes, I do.
But the reason I like that one is not because of the lavender, but because of the vanilla dry down.
Yes, okay.
And for this one, when I smelled it, it reminded me of Caron pour un homme.
I was just going to say vanilla lavender is a very popular combo in perfumery.
Yep.
And that was one that I was thinking of.
Yeah. So for this one, perhaps the lavender is a little bit too strong.
It's pronounced.
But it's well done. Like, we're not doubting, you can't refute the fact that they're well done. I think they're incredibly well done. But if I had to say I had a favorite, it would be Prakt, the one that smells a lot like an Hermes to me.
I would say Virke, followed very closely by Prakt.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think they're all really great fragrances. I mean, I'm going to leave all the links for purchase down below, or if you want to get a sample like we did, you could probably do that as well. But I think this is a really great emerging company, so I'm really fortunate to have had the opportunity to give it the spotlight.
And we're happy to be sharing with you. You know what? It makes it that much easier for us to do our job, I was going to say, but what we do if we enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not that we love everything, guys. Please don't get that twisted. We do have some fragrances that we both really don't care for, but we just happen to jive most of the time. And what would be the point of this series if we didn't jive and somewhat agree? Can
I say something, just in like all honesty? There are times when I say, can we do this fragrance together? Or you'll say, can we do this fragrance together? And then you're like, I don't really care for it, let's not do that. And it happens.
It's true.
I hate, Do you ever turn down emails? People who send you emails for like sponsorships or bottles?
I always state that I'm open to that idea. I will gladly accept, but that doesn't guarantee a review and or a positive one.
Yeah. So
that's how I roll.
Yeah. So we're on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. So guys, thank you again for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Yeah, so make sure to subscribe to Carlos's channel. I'm going to leave his information down there below as well. And if you are interested in checking out Svensk Parfym, I'm going to leave a link to that down below as well. They are on Fragrantica, so go ahead, check them out, check the notes. I know we didn't go through all of the notes, mostly like olfactive families and classifications, but if you want to do your research, I'm going to leave all that information down below. So thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for episode 11, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, but I have one more thing to say.
What is it?
I can smell them from here. Like, I don't have to pull them
Me
close
too.
to my nose. I'm getting wafts right from here.
One stronger than the other, though.
Yeah.
Should we tell them which one it is?
Yeah, go for it.
I really smell Prakt. That one really stands out to me. I'm still smelling it.
This was fun. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Take care, guys.